Welcome to my channel. This is Everyday Artist. I'm Eve, and welcome. This is Rogue, who likes to sit with me while I do this video. She gets all excited when she sees me start bringing stuff over here. Huh. Yeah. Okay, you can lie down. So, last week, I was talking about how I just couldn't get the desire to come in here. So, and I showed you the parts for this pattern, Calico Stars, Missouri Star Quilt Company. And the problem I was getting stuck on was these. And I was going to... I didn't turn the sound on off my phone, sorry. I was going to just really work at it to make these. And I had all these ideas. So I took apart the way I had tried to do it before, and I was like, well, okay, I can applique them on, then they'd be the right size in the right place, right? And I was thinking about that, and I was like, God, that's a lot of work if I don't like it, right? Because I'm not really good at appliquing. And so I was bending over the little squares to see how they would fit, and triangles, not squares. And I just didn't feel like I could reliably do it, and it was just making me really frustrated because I had already sewn things together and seam ripped it more than once. And I was just, okay, what am I going to do? Because obviously that's not going to happen. I thought, oh, well, I'm just going to put on my big girl panties and do it, right? And then I thought about it some more, and I said, why am I thinking that? Why am I doing that? So all of my kitties are going to be tall kitties. So I had some leftover fabric, because this calls for 2 charm packs, and then yardage for the sashing. But I wanted this fabric that has kitty cats on it. They only had it in a layer cake. And I calculated, and I said, okay, a layer cake will be enough to do 2 charm packs worth and then some, right? So I bought a layer cake. As a result, I had a lot more fabric to go with the kitties. I didn't bring any over here. They're not any different than I showed you last week. And so I just cut more of these 5-inch squares, and they're all going to be tall cats. And you know what? I think I'm going to be much happier because I liked the pattern well enough that I decided to do it. But my least favorite part of the pattern was these. When you see the pattern live, they're not as distracting to the pattern as they are there. But I just was like, I don't like it. I don't like it. And I don't know if it was the background color I picked with the fabric doing that. I don't think so, because I didn't mind it on like the ears and stuff. So I was like, if I don't like this, why am I doing it? No. And so I'm just going to make them all tall cats. And they are by my sewing machine ready to go, because I sewed a lot of the extra 5-inch squares together and matched them with the top part of the cats, so that I don't have, the same thing. And the reason I didn't bring any over here is because I didn't want to mix them up from how I have them, because not only did I do that, I separated them into rows, how I wanted those rows to look. And so probably next week I will have a finished quilt top on that. But next week will be Halloween as well. So I'm hoping that I have more sewing done than that, because it makes me kind of excited. Now, I think I was right. I was like, I want to sew something that I want to do for fun. And do you remember that I had a Christmas quilt that I bought the pattern I had been thinking of for it. I had the fabric since last year. I was like, you know what? I might even work on that starting in I don't think it'll be done for this Christmas, but maybe I'll have, some of it done. And then my sister reminded me that I have a snowman table runner. I love snowmen. So I was like, maybe I'll do that too. And I think part of it is I feel like I need to do bags for the Etsy shop. That gives me a little bit of extra spending money, not tons, But my sister and I, my sisters and I, kind of split the proceeds, but most of it is left in an account to pay for expenses. But it's fun, and I always feel like, well, I need to put new stuff, and I buy things thinking, oh, I can make this with that, and I can make this with that. And when I made this bag, it was thinking, I love these fancy zips, and I want to do some bags just like this. But how do I want to do them? And so I have one cut out. And now that I'm sewing that, I'm all excited. It's over there right by my sewing machine. And I'm like, yes. That hopefully I can get more mojo going to get the bags done. And the bags won't have this because it's different stuff, but it won't have this, but it'll be quilted on this. And I'm using berryseasonalsal inside these because that holds it stiffer and than just regular batting. It holds it stiffer. It's a foam batting, and I love it. I bought it to work on some bigger bags that I made, a bigger bag that I made, but I was like, I really like sewing with this, but I like sewing with it better in a small shape. The only problem with berryseasonal, and any of you considering using it, is that it sews beautifully, it cuts beautifully, but it comes in the package. It is a huge piece. So it's very difficult because unlike many things, it's not see-through at all, but it's thick enough that if you try to fold it so that you can see the lines to cut it straight on your mat, it tilts the ruler. That can be worked with. But the hard creases from being packaged like that, they don't come out. It's very smashed and bent there, and I've just like, okay, I don't want that, and I cut it off. But those are the only things that I've encountered with it. When I was making that large bag, I had trouble getting it to get in the machine, but Okay, so that is my quilting news for the week, which I know it's not very much, but I'm trying. On the other hand, because I was thinking like that, I was at Walmart looking for something else, and I have a Thanksgiving What's in My Cup piece that I finished a year ago, and I wanted to fully finish it, and the little pumpkin I wanted to put it on is just a little bit too small. And so I thought, well, you know what, I'll just go get a bigger pumpkin. I forgot about that pumpkin at at Hobby Lobby. So I went to Walmart. I couldn't find any pumpkins, flat, pumpkins. But I found this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But, yeah. Poinsettias. I think these are poinsettias, but with blue. I didn't unroll them because I don't want to. And by the look of these, I think they're sweaters. And this just has words. And this is flannel. Now, I don't have any plans for this stuff. I have no idea why I bought it. But, you know, it'll be good for something at some point. I'm not going to stress about working on that because I'm trying to get my sewjo back. So, okay, so just trying to decide what order I want to do these cross stitch things in. I have been cross stitching more. I've been cross stitching more because I'm not sewing. And I do have a new start. I'm not finished with anything else, but I decided to go ahead and start the Nativity berry. I'm doing this larger one right here. It's not much of a start, but it is a start. I decided to do a center start. Oh, that looks terrible. I think it'll be pretty. So, not much, but I wanted to start it. I'd been aching to start it. I liked it so much. Pattern was given to me by a viewer, and I love it. And my sister is doing the smaller berry, and I'm doing the larger berry. And unusually, I am using all the called for. Some DMC, some fancy floss. If I didn't have the fancy floss, I just got the DMC for it. I'm trying to stop buying fancy floss. Not because I don't like it. I love it. But it's not to say I'm not buying tons. But if I have the alternative DMC and I don't think that the variegation is going to be mattering that much, or it's just a little bit, use on that, I'm just going to get the DMC if I have it. Now, if I don't have it and I happen to be at the attic, speaking of the attic, I've been so disappointed because, and I'm not blaming them. Please don't misunderstand me. But I ordered Hands-On Design, one of their expo patterns, autumn basket. I ordered it almost right after I saw it. So late August, early September. Still not there. The winter berries I ordered finally came in. I ordered them the same day. And the attic can't make them send it. They can just ask for it, But I'm going, what is the deal? Because I've ordered patterns to them before and they came right away. So I don't understand. Not that I'd be stitching on it yet. Well, you remember the new start I had last week? I have a finish. This is Feliz Naughty Dog by Dirty Annie Southern Style. I know, it's a strange name for a company, but people have reasons why. And the only thing I haven't done is I haven't sewn the star button up here. A viewer on the Three Sisters Creative YouTube, the viewers I told you guys to go back and look, and you really should. It's hilarious. But we had to stop the video because the dog was chewing on my flamingo, the one that was sitting right here. That my dad, he didn't go out and choose it, but he told my sister to buy me something when he was in the hospital. You know, it is the last gift I will ever get from my dad. I don't want my dog to eat it. But she loves stuffed things. And while we were filming that video, I kept hearing this prancy feet that she does when she's happy, you know, doing something naughty. And she was chewing on my flamingo. And then, so we had to stop and get it from her, and I put it behind me. But the other side of the couch, this part of the couch, you know, she got up there while we're filming, and she pulled it down from where it was and got it again. And you can see it happen on the video. So she suggested that if I had a flamingo button, to put a flamingo button. And I do. As you know, I put one on my one of my summer berries, and I'm going to put it like right there. Or here, or right here on the floor. I was like, "Oh, what a good idea." Anyway. For a while, I had thought, you know, maybe I should put this into a dog coat so she could wear it, so she would advertise how naughty she is. On the other hand, she might eat it. My sister suggested I stitch it again for a coat. I'm like, I don't know about that. But so I'm probably going to do just some, you know, wall hanging or something. It's a little too big for, you know, an ornament. But she's very naughty. We love our pets, don't we? Okay. So this is going to be a really short video, isn't it? So the other thing, one of the other things I've been working on is, oh goodness, is the sewing bee. This is what I'm doing for sampler camp. Now, most of the people in sampler camp are doing these huge samplers. Not my style, not my thing. I can appreciate them. You know, some of them are actually absolutely stunning. A, I'd have nowhere to put that. And B, I just really don't work on large things like that. That, when witches go riding, that's the largest thing I've worked on. You see how long it's taking me to do it. It's a siren. Can you hear it? We are not near a fire station. Not super close. There's one about a mile away. But we are sandwiched in between a road where right behind our house is a very busy main street. This street goes from where I live in southern Phoenix. I live south of South Mountain in Phoenix, and it goes pretty far west, all the way through Phoenix, through the Tempe area, and then on into Chandler and probably into Gilbert. It is a very long road, and the lanes are very wide. And over here, the traffic is not as congested as it is in some parts. We have people drag racing down that street. And then they put in a freeway not too far from here. So we have that one too. There are accidents at the corner near my house, at the corner a mile away near the fire station. At I live like almost on a corner, not exactly, but I mean it's like, I don't know, within walking distance. It's very close. At the intersection to the freeway down there, at the intersection to the freeway a mile away, and because there is a high school right there, just near the freeway, and young drivers, open roads. It's not a good combination. And I know not all speeders are young drivers, but yeah. So there are a lot of sirens, but I digress. Anyway, this is the Sewing Bee, Erica Michaels. I'm anxious to do this, but I probably won't do it till after the first of the year. After the seasonal berry sal is over. This is the only sal that I've kept up with at all. I'm behind, but still, I'm doing it. This is where I am. This area right here this is a fancy floss, and it's a called for GMC that goes in between. And I think it's meant to look like honeycomb. And then, I don't know what that is. And then there's a flower like this over here. I don't remember which color it is, one of those. And then a big flower and the word bee. So I'm not terribly far from finishing it. If I concentrated on it like I did on Naughty Dog, it would be done. But I haven't been. Because berries. But I am excited to finish this. I think it's going to be absolutely adorable. And this pattern comes with this, and this. Now, I don't know that I'm going to do that anytime soon. But where I have my scissors at my stitching area, it'd be kind of nice to have a little block to stick them in. And that was done on gauze, so that won't be happening. But it comes with those patterns, and it's the red color flower. This red color. It comes with that pattern and the instructions for finishing everything, right? But I was going to look at it here and it disappeared. It's really not too involved. And it's, as you can see, it's very small. Very small. So I really like it. But it could also be made into a fob, it's upside down in here. It doesn't come upside down, I've just switched the pages around. So, anyway, that's the Sewing Bee, Erica Michaels. Put this back in this bag. I end up, after my videos, to have to try to find everything and put it back in the right spot and all of that. I want to try to avoid losing more stuff. I don't know what it is, but I seem to be forgetting. Not forgetting like I'm forgetting people or places or things like that, but forgetting what I've done with something. Like the buttons that I was looking for to put a little bow on the Foxy Fall. I mean, it looks fine without a little bow, but I know I have them. At least I think I do. Other things have gone missing. The pattern for my bags. Yeah. Okay. So since I finished the Whip Go, remember last week I started the Holly Jolly Christmas, Erica Michaels. And yes, I know other people make berry patterns, but, you know, I like her shape, and she makes a lot. So I did, last year, I did Holly Jolly. And this time I'm doing lots of Jolly. And I can't wait to do this one too, because I love it. And I've gotten pretty far. These threads are threads that will be cut off. If I can put something behind them so that you can't see through it. So it's upside down now. So sorry. I think it was upside down before too. So over here I have some red to put in. And I'm working on lots and then of. And then there's some more of the little leaves like that. And another swirly, I think, over there. So not a whole lot left on that to get it done. And it's just two colors basically right now. It has a third color that's going to go in there. And I think it's used one other spot. I don't know. On this one. No, on this one it's not used anywhere else. However, while I was working on it, I noticed that, and I don't think I mentioned this last week, maybe I did, I started working on it with the wrong color. Because I looked at the icon, and the icon had this being the lighter pink. Now it's strawberry parfait and it's supposed to be hollyberry. Now I have never seen hollyberry because they didn't have it when I went to go get it a year ago. And the ladies at the attic said, well, this is similar, and they gave me Cupid. Sorry. They gave me Cupid, and so that's the color I'm using for the dark, right? But the icon for the dark is just right there. And strawberry parfait, which is the one, the lighter color, it's very light. It's pink. And I was like, are the icons backwards? And I didn't go to the website to look. But because I didn't notice when I was doing it for the other one, and the other one has them backwards like that too. And it may not be backwards. It could be that that hollyberry is lighter, but I don't think so, because on the large one it has this is hollyberry and this is strawberry parfait. The correction is probably on her website. And I just never bothered to look because it didn't occur to me. I just got the dark red and the pink, and just put them the way I saw them on the pattern, and I didn't even look because it's only 3 colors. Well, it doesn't matter as long as I'm doing it the way I like it, right? Yeah, the morning is getting later now. I tried to start earlier today to try to avoid that bright, harsh light coming in. And I'm almost avoiding it starting to really come in. And then, okay, I can't put that away. All right. Oh, that didn't end up back in the bag. So I'm I'm working on this guy right here. Autumn Berries. Right. Erica Michaels again. And I'm not taking it out of the hoop this time because I had been working on it. And again, we can't see anything. I put this white in, and you can almost see his nose, but I think they would just disappeared into this. I stitched his nose with 2 threads. It's called for 1 thread, but I think it would have really disappeared had I not put in that color there behind him. And this is a squirrel. That's gonna be there on his hand. Yeah, you can't see. Right there's the squirrel's face. Anyway, the colors are looking really pretty on this fabric, so I'm real happy with it. I don't know why I left it in the hoop. I've been taking it out of the hoop every night because I don't want it to get really that bendy part of the hoop. And another viewer did suggest that perhaps a Q-snap would be better because it doesn't leave that harsh bend. But they come in squares, so I would have to finagle something. And I don't usually use any hoop at all. I usually stitch in hand. I don't always use the sewing method, but I did a little bit of in hand on this. I thought, well, maybe I can go back to in hand. It's linen. It's very floppy, and so stitching in hand with it is kind of hard. And I was noticing that the stitches were not very even and all that. So I said, I'll just stitch with a hoop. It didn't matter. But I can't wait for this guy to be done. He's so cute. And I really love it on this fabric. The next time I go to the attic, I'm going to show them pictures of the one on the rust and this one that just really helped me with color selection for the threads. I mean, I knew what I wanted, but they were able to help me get, sorry. These are these are shirts. If you see me wear a tie-dye shirt like this, not the dark purple one, but like this. I made these at work. There's one I didn't. I made here, but this is a men's shirt. And what we did at work was made about 25 shirts that all look the same in whatever size. I would take everybody's sizes, and I went and got shirts, undershirts, to tie-dye, and it has a different color down here. So this one was one that we did for 4th of July. It's red, white, and blue. And they could decide if they wanted the red on top or the blue on top. The white is in the middle. And these were developmentally disabled adults in an art program. I was working with them in an art program. And what we would do is everybody would get a shirt, but then they were instructed to wear that shirt if we went on any outings. So usually there were outings planned right around the time that we did the shirts so that they would remember. And we did this, I don't know, 2 times a year or so, because new people would come in and stuff. And we'd let the staff make them too, so that if we were, let's say, at the zoo or the fair, there's a lot of people, you could look and see this shirt and know nobody bought this off the rack, right? And you would know where your people are without controlling them, you know. You could let them be humans, and because they're adults. Even those that have intellectual disabilities, they want to be adults. And those that don't want to be, they stick by you. But, you want to be able to give them a little bit of freedom to, like if you're looking at one of those buildings that has all these different vendors and stuff like that, a lot of them had their own pocket money. Now, it's not to say that we didn't keep enough of a leash on them that we, would lose them or anything, but and we kept our ratios if we were going to go out. But anyway, that's why I made this. But it was an art program, so it also has paint on it. So, it's like, once you're an artist, you learn to live with paint on your clothes. And yes, I know how to get it out, but sometimes, you just don't. Okay, so that was the autumn berry. And then, as you recall, these are the wools for finishing the autumn berries. And I may go ahead and soon start deciding and cutting and all that for the toppers. I know the holly jolly, lots of jolly berry, I'm going to make some more crocheted tops for, so it looks the same. But I'm about ready to use this. As soon as I finish that scarecrow, I can't wait to get these fully finished. I'm excited about that. But I have the winter berries in my hands, so I bought the winter berries pack from Ruby Mountain Dye Company, I think is what it is. Just beautiful. I could have used that during the summer, right? And it has a white, which is not dyed. And then there's all these nice wintry colors, right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. This one. I just love their stuff. And I should go leave a review. I'm really bad about doing that. But when she started the Sal, she made a deal with them and with Cobweb Corner. You can get a discount. Just HD Berry. Anyway, this is the way they're finished. And this is big enough to do that white one. And then the off-white one would be this one, right? And this dark blue, I think of it as purple, would be good for here if you wanted to do that. So, and there's no red on there, but they included a red, and I like the fact that they included a red because I would probably want to use red at some point. But you have so much left over that you have plenty to use on other things. So the Nativity berry, they do not have the finishing on the Nativity berry. There's no picture of how they finished it. But I think that's a star and some gold. I don't know that I like this. I think there's stitch stars on them. I'm not sure about that. This is large pins. I wish they showed the top just to give you some kind of idea. And I could probably find a picture on the website of what the toppers they made look like. I'll probably go rogue. So, and then of course I will be needing some wools to finish the berry for the sewing bee eventually. Anyway, I guess that's all. I'm excited about these wools. I think they're beautiful. And hopefully I will have another finish next week with the lots of Jolly and maybe even the Scarecrow. Maybe not. And hopefully also the quilt top for the Calico Cats. Since the squares are very large, there's only 5 across and 4 down. So unlike the little mini cats where there's lots of sashing to put in, this is not a whole ton of sashing to put in. And I don't know why. They write the pattern the way the pattern designer says to do it. And so I was following the cutting instructions for the sashing. And it said, cut so many strips with the fabric. And then for the sashing, it says, take 6 of those and cut them down to 14-inch strips or something like that. Okay, no problem, right? And then it says take some of those, and I did it, and then it says take some of those 14-inch cuts and cut it down even further. What am I going to do with the... Yeah. You'd probably have it anyway, because of dimensions. You could get 3 of those cuts out of the width of fabric, and so you'd have that anyway. I just was like, why is it written like that? I don't know. I don't need that many of those cuts. I need less. But all right. So I will see you next week. I'm starting to be very shadowed now. Okay, not starting to be. I've been pretty shadowed for a while now. So I will see you next week. Happy stitching. Bye.